I'm Delta Work, and this is Very Delta. Amaya Sexton's on the show today, and we talk about proper lighting, vocal affectations, and throat abuse. But first, do you want to see me go off? Because I think you want to see me go off.
Oh.
Mom!
Are you a lady like me? Introspective, beautiful. Oh, are you intellectual like me? Beguiled by a bargain? You like wild times? Oh, like me? Are you serving the community like me? Well, if you are, then you must be very Delta. I'm Delta Work, and this is Very Delta, a luxury public access podcast and talk show where I look gorgeous, speak extemporaneously, and invite fascinating people to sit on the couch and get very Delta. Very Delta is for the woman who sure could use a large French fry with 2 packets of salt. But first, let's get into some things that are very Delta. Monday was a good day. Monday was supposed to be a good day. Monday was supposed to be a great day. And Monday turned into a pile of shit. It was a hot day. The heat index has been up in LA. It's just the way it's been. It's always like that. Like end of August, beginning of September, everyone thinks June and July are going to be warm. California, it's never that way. It's always hot. August, September, sometimes even into October. Anyway, it was a hot day. But I wanted to make a few donations to the thrift store. There's so many really good things that I have that don't need to be thrown away, but I don't have any use for anymore. Framed art, some clothes, lots of things that I bought that I've worn on the show that somebody else could give life to. So I was going to make this donation. So I filled up the car. The 2 back seats were full of like storage thingies, some vases, books. The trunk had 3 filled to the top, tied in a knot, contractor bags full of clothing. I was ready to go. I was driving down Leffingwell in the city of Whittier. Santa Fe Springs into Whittier, just behind La Mirada. I'm driving down, and as I go to accelerate, the car says something like low power surge, something about low power. And I realize that the car is not off, but it's not accelerating. And I'm like, oh my God, this is going to happen in an intersection. And I said this before, if the car dies in an intersection, I'm just parking it and leaving it. I'm not going back. I'm not Fred Flintstoning it. I'm not pushing it. I'm not doing any of that because I'm lazy. Not because I'm so privileged, not because I'm so rich. All of these problems boil down to one thing. I am so lazy. Oh, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. So I realize that I'm going down this hill and I'm like, you know what? Let me just pull to the side. Maybe, I don't know, there's a light. Maybe something can happen. So I pull off to the side and I stop the car. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm going to have this towed to a repair shop. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Now, I have roadside assistance, and everyone always says, get AAA. You have to have AAA. I had AAA with a car in the past. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. But my car insurance already pays for roadside. So what do I need AAA for? I know it's only $100 a year and you get this, that, and the other, and you save 10% if you go to Holiday Inn Express or whatever. I'm not doing all that. I'm not remembering all the codes. I don't want the magazine. I just need the roadside that comes with the car insurance. So I call the roadside and you have to give them the number and the last 5 of the VIN and the this and the that. She takes the information and she says, all right, you're covered up to 500 miles or $500 or whatever. You're going to get a text message that tells you when your car is going to come. So she tells me when the car is going to come. By the way, before all of this, I call Pep Boys because I'm like, It's the closest thing to me. I know everyone says it's a scam, whatever. I'm ignorant. I don't know what's a scam and what's not a scam. I'm just going to go to a national thing. And the only national thing there is Pep Boys. And I've gone to Pep Boys before, which, by the way, I should have learned my lesson a long time ago, because one time I went to Pep Boys and I had to have something done with my fuel line and my oil something. And guess what happened? They forgot to connect the brake fluid line. And I was driving down the freeway one time and the brakes failed because there was no brake fluid anymore. And I had to coast off into someone's lawn. And you know what they gave me to fix that? They said that they were going to give me 6 months of free oil changes. Well, I don't get my oil changed that often. That's not I almost died. But anyway, that was another situation. It was a long time ago. Mistakes happened, whatever. I almost died. Maybe they were going to do me a favor. So I call Pep Boys this time. Different Pep Boys, different situation. I tell them, this is the warning I'm getting. By the way, I Googled as well, and it said, oh, this is what it could be. And I believe Google, sort of. The guy says, sure, you can bring it in. So then I get on the phone, and then the lady says, you're going to get a text message about the car that's coming, because they outsource the tow truck to like a local company. They said it's going to be there in half an hour. Not a problem. So I'm sitting on the curb, on the asphalt, on Leffingwell in Whittier, waiting for this thing. And there's like people riding bikes by, and I feel like I'm in the way. And then it's hot. By the way, I've been getting my eye injections and all that, so I can't suck and see anything. And I'm like, well, I looked crazy. I had not had my hair cut in forever. So I had that little bit of like my gray, thinning hair. I just looked like wiry and crazy. Insane person. An hour passes and the tow truck doesn't come. So then I call them and I say, hey, truck is not here. Do you know when it's going to come? Oh, they haven't messaged you? No, they haven't messaged me. Okay, well, we'll message them. So then they have me on hold. Then they say, oh, well, we have sights on them. They say they're only 6 minutes away. Great, no problem. So then I'm waiting. It's now been 2 hours. 6 minutes away and 2 hours. So then I call back another number. By the way, there was the roadside number, then the number they texted me from, the number that they gave me for the local company, and then another number that they called me from to tell me that they were going to send me an update that they were supposed to send me an hour and a half ago. So I have all these numbers to contact, but none of those numbers are in communication with one another for this emergency roadside assistance. I then get a text message from a local number, and it's the car. And it says, what address am I coming to? So the roadside knew what address they were sending the tow truck to, but they didn't give that to the tow truck company, or they gave it to the outsourced company, but the outsourced company didn't give it to the actual tow truck. So they didn't know where they were going to, but they had my phone number. So then I tell him, I'm giving you the address of where I am. But where I am doesn't actually have an address because it's a brick wall that goes for about 600 feet. So I'm giving you the blazoned address across the street from where my car is. There's only one building with one address, and that's the address I'm giving you. Okay, great. So then another 20 minutes pass, and he shows up. And I see him pull up into the driveway of this place. And then he calls me, hey, we need the code number to get in the gate. And I said, I'm not in that building and I'm not in that gate. I'm across the street from where you are. And he goes, oh, he's across the street. So then he has to go up and make a U-turn. By the way, he could have just made a U-turn, but instead he went all the way up and then he came back. Come to find out, he's training that day. And the person who's in the passenger seat of this tow truck is training him on how to do this entire job. Now, I got all the time in the world for people learning their job. We all get a chance at being new. We all get a chance. But you know my nerves. It was the heat index, baby. I'm sitting on the asphalt. I just want you to see me. Imagine me waiting on the asphalt. You know, I looked like a melted candle. You know, I was just sitting there. I looked like one of those AI videos where it's like those gelatinous people that break up into like a pool of soup. That's what I looked like. And he pulls up and he's like, oh, he's across the street. So he comes over and they get out of the car. Now, here's something else that I notice, but I don't have to be told, but I just acknowledge and I just digest and I say, this is going to be what it's going to be. Where am I supposed to sit in the tow truck back to Pep Boys? There's already somebody in the passenger seat. So the emergency tow truck ride to the Pep Boys doesn't have a ride for me. So now I'm going to have to pay for an Uber to go to Pep Boys, to follow my car over to Pep Boys. So that's what I do. So then I Uber over and get the car there. I go in, really nice guy, same guy I talked to on the phone. He tells me, we're not going to even be able to look at this at all until tomorrow. All right. You know what? It's going to be what it's going to be. The car looked like, you know what that is? That's the sound of Sanford and Son. That's what my car looked like inside. It was just filled with Rubbermaid containers and contractor bags and old props and wigs and all these things that needed to go to the thrift store. And it was all jalopy being wheeled off of this thing to the Pep Boys. And they can't even look at it until tomorrow. Now, I get it. Maybe they're busy. It didn't look that busy to me, but I don't know their schedule. I don't know how many people they had. I will just say it was 4:00 and they closed at 7:00 and they couldn't do the $100 diagnosis that day. So they were going to do it the next day. So I went home, Ubered home, and they did it the next day. And I had to Uber to my eye doctor appointment. And then I come home and they contact me about 2:00 in the afternoon and they say, we figured out what it is. It's simple. There's a rip in some sort of hose that goes from the turbo to this. And it's been pulling in air and dirt. And so that's a problem. So you're going to have this line flushed and you're going to have that done. And well, you're definitely going to need an oil change. Your oil's a little low, which by the way, that's a little sus for me because I'm extremely diligent about getting my oil change, almost to a fault. I've gone to the same place to get my oil change, just a little mom and pop oil shop. I've gone to the same place 5 cars deep. I've gone from a Chrysler LeBaron to a Nissan Maxima to a Dodge Dart to I had a Chevy truck for a minute that I was leasing. I had a Dodge Magnum. I've had this 6 cars deep. I've gone to the same place, but suddenly I'm low on oil. And I remember the sticker was not that, but okay. So you're going to have to get an oil change. And listen, I don't think they were stealing money from me. I really don't. But I think that there was a lot of issues that probably could have been handled later, but I'm just not. It's so hard for me. I'm not a nickel and dime person. Like I'm not that person that's like, well, I could push it over here and save $6. If I'm already there, just do it all. Just do it all up. And let me tell you something. They did it all up. They let me have it. They did so. I mean, I'm telling you from the rooter to the tutor, they got inside, outside, every which way but loose. I would have thought I earned a free car wash or something. I mean, they did so many things. In fact, they did so many things. I'm going to tell you how many things they did. You know, when you go to CVS and they print out those receipts and the coupons and you're like, wow, the receipt is so long with all the coupons on it. This is my receipt from Pep Boys of all the things that they did to my car, which by the way, when they told me what they had to do, they said, most likely we'll have this done by 7:00, which is when they close. They didn't have it done at 7:00. They had it done the next day, which would be the third day that it was there. And I go pick it up at about 2:00 in the afternoon, even though at 10:00 in the morning, they said it would be 10 more minutes. And they took my credit card and they gave me this receipt. And the only reason it's ripped right there like consecutively is because it was stapled to the bigger paper with all the itemized stuff. This is the receipt of things that were done. Now, I will tell you, they did apply a coupon They did say we want to make sure you have a coupon because, as I said, this whole thing was not, it wasn't to like $2,000. I didn't pay $2,000. I only paid $1,921.14. So I can't be bitching that I paid them $2,000 because they did offer me a coupon, and I'll show you some of the deductions really fast. I'll tell you what some of them were. Coupon on the engine diagnostic, which was $99.99. They gave me a $5.94 discount. Some sort of fuel cleaning system thing. They gave me $3.39 off. A service intake kit. They gave me $2.55 off. There was another intake something. They gave me 42 cents off. A Pennzoil Pure Plus, they gave me $1.72 off. A Plat Sin Bulk, I'm thinking that might be some kind of oil, 83 cents. A store coupon for LAB 2689 of 3 cents. Another store coupon in the amount for a service kit of $2.38. A front brake discount of $11.04. Another coupon for a waste fee of 6 cents. A 95-cent coupon for a wheel balance and alignment, 95 cents. 70 cents off the TPS stem. 6 cents off the rebuild. Outside purchase, $1.19 a discount. I mean, they're giving you discounts. Don't get me wrong. They did bring that price down. So if you look on Instagram and you see me out there talking about, did you book a cameo today? This is why. I'm going to have this tattooed on my body. God knows I've got the room. Look, Miss Pet Boys Continental. There she is. Miss Pet Boys Continental. Today, you have won car repairs in the amount of $1,981.14. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome to the stage, Miss Pet Boys Continental, Delta Work. Delta, is there anything you want to say to your fans? Thank you, friends. Thank you for your support. With every one of your cameos, I'm able to drive another mile. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. You want to see me take a break? Maybe I want to see me take a break. Today's guest is taking TikTok by storm. It is the legendary Amaya Sexton.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. How are you?
I'm good. You know, I say that, well, because first of all, you are. The people love you on TikTok. And as long as I've known you, because I've known you performing in clubs.
Yes.
I've known you out of town. I've known you always coming to visit LA because you've always toured.
Yes.
You've always done that.
Yes.
You are someone who has always kept your head above water when it comes to the changing of everything. So whether it's pageantry, local shows, when RuPaul's Drag Race comes to town, when we've had the pandemic,
yes,
you have just gone, okay, I'll do that. How are you able to do that, no matter what it is?
You know, I will tell you, my dad is 83 years old. And when I was very young, he told me, you need to find a job that will not be replaced by a robot. And so I immediately learned at a young age, you know, he used to work at a factory and they came in one day and all their jobs were replaced by robots.
Mhm.
So I learned really early, I got to find something and I got to be able to be on the move. So like you mentioned, yeah, I mean, during the pandemic, I was in my basement doing drag shows on Facebook Live.
Mhm.
Facebook kind of fizzled out and TikTok is just that new thing. And I'm so very blessed to, I've been doing this almost 19 years, which is crazy.
Yeah.
You know, I started when I was 18, I'm 36, and I've just always tried to adapt because life is ever changing.
Yeah. And you do adapt. That's the
Thank
thing
you.
is I know that you can recall during the pandemic, that's when a lot of people got scared because they were like, oh gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. But as somebody who is as seasoned as you are, as a celebrity impersonator, as a host, as a performer, the cream rises to the top.
Yeah.
So if you can convince somebody in a square that big that you are presenting something only you can present. And we see lots of people pull in their audiences on TikTok and do lip sync performances, and they hit a niche, or they do something that people like. You're able to do that.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people were able to do that during the pandemic. So it made sense going into TikTok.
Absolutely. I did during the pandemic, I did work a corporate job for 4 years.
Uh-huh.
I worked in the homeless field, which I was actually very, very passionate about. But unfortunately, with this company, I made one mistake and I was fired. So that's actually what led me to going onto TikTok because, girl, I do move fast, but at that point, I felt underwater. And I'm like, what am I going to do? And then so I got on TikTok. And again, it was very much like Facebook Live. And I just felt in my element. And I love that special space I get to share with my TikTok family or just my supporters throughout the years
Mhm.
and providing that safe space for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why, TikTok is such a different space. And I feel like it's really a one-stop shop, literally, because I was just talking to someone about the fact that you may watch a video and go, what does that word mean? Or what does that mean? You can search it right there.
Yeah.
You pull it up and
Yeah.
you can find out more videos related to something. And then you can go, gosh, I really love that. Oh, you can buy it here.
Yes.
It really is a
yes.
one-stop shop. And you can be entertained. You can learn. You can shop. You can research. I love that about it. And I feel bad because I take a lot more from TikTok than I give to TikTok. And I wish I gave more. I want to make the time to do that because it is so fun. It really is a space, I feel like, for anyone to show that little niche that they do that's a little bit different than someone else.
Yes.
But every voice is heard.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think it's just about finding what you love. I mean, for me, I do my makeup on there. Some days we do like a talk show Tuesday where it's more just me in the chat. I perform on there. I have gotten into voice. Well, I want to be a voice actor, so I do impersonations and impressions and accents. So just like transforming and connecting with people. And also, I think it's important for people who may not be able to go to a drag show
Right.
in person, for whatever reason it may be. So I love being able to, hey, okay, thank you for that galaxy, which is a gift you can send on TikTok. Thank you for that galaxy. Let me perform a song for you. But it's not all about gifting. I also do songs on the house as well. Just like you're at a regular drag show, you don't have to do anything. So I'm grateful for the gifts, the taps, just the camaraderie in the community.
You mentioned about the voice acting. Now,
Yes.
you don't really hear a lot of people talk about that, but as somebody who's an entertainer and has been entertaining for as long as you have so many different avenues.
Yes.
How did you get
Yes.
to wanting to do voice acting? Is it something from when you were a kid, or are you?
Yes. Actually, I being a transgender woman and kind of just always feeling a bit displaced. I remember in church, they cast me as like a wise man, an old three wise men. So I put on this little voice, and when I went into high school, I was cast as a older lady in a play.
Mhm.
So I, started saying, oh, well, yes, of course, please hand me that, and people are like, wow, your voices are really good. So as I get older and, I'm like, why not? I can sound like a lot of different people,
Mhm.
like Ursula, Siri, Maggie Smith, name it. I can usually kind of sound like them.
Mhm.
And
That's fun.
it's just something I tried. And they're like, hey, you sound just like that person.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the key to like doing an Ursula?
Just really embodying. So for me, I'm a very visual person. So I can just picture her and just coming alive and sorry.
My dear sweet child, that's what I do. It's what I live for, to help unfortunate merfolk like yourself. Poor souls with no one else to turn to.
And just,
Oh,
yeah, and just embodying that and just, I don't know, it's just, it's fun,
that's insane to be able to do that.
Yeah, it's just something I enjoy. And I think when you're passionate about something, people will feel that. You'll do well at that. And it's just, I don't know. I love my voice. I'm very fortunate to sound how I do, but I feel,
why not throw the audience? Every now and again.
Oh, that's it. Like, it gives me chills because
Yeah.
it's so legit.
Oh,
Like,
thank you.
I mean, something like that, obviously, like you say, it is inspired. It's not just like, it's not just a repeat of something.
Yes. Yeah.
You have to feel it.
So last year for Halloween, I did a TikTok stream, the whole stream as Ursula, for one day. And it was really, it's hard on my throat. It's hard on my body, but I'm like,
Yes, keep tapping my face. Ooh, send a gift. Keep sending.
and it's just very, very fun. It keeps
Yeah.
everybody entertained.
Have you had your throat abused before or just?
On the regular.
Yeah.
I do have a fiance and, no, I'm kidding. I do have a fiance. And we definitely, gosh, I can't talk about that. I'm a Christian
You
woman.
don't have to.
I'm in my Sunday's best.
You are in your Sunday. Where does this outfit come from?
This outfit is by Holiday.
Uh-huh.
And I had it made for the show because I wanted to, I don't know, I was really trying to impress you because I saw your video about you like a little, well, this isn't really a statement piece. I couldn't bring what I wanted because I'm flying. Bags are going to be too much.
You look perfect. Are you kidding me?
Thank you. But I just wanted to wear something that I thought would look good on camera and be a little statement piece, It
Yeah.
is the fashion as well.
I always know because you really are a collector and connoisseur of drag.
Yes.
And I know you'll look at something and be like, how much?
Yeah.
How much?
Yes.
How much?
It is like my definitely.
Yeah.
I'm just so impulse. So for me, I had to wait like almost 2 weeks for this outfit. So if I give you money, I want something in my hand.
Right.
And there's so many queens out there that have such beautiful garments. And I'll say, ooh, who made that? Girl, I'll send you the link. Or, girl, it's so and so. But no, baby, how much?
Yeah.
They'll say, oh, girl, I just got this made. And I always say, I'm confused. Did I say when you got this made or did I say how much? Okay. I don't know. I will say my idol is Queen Amidala from Star Wars. So she changes every single scene. And I remember watching that movie as a kid and it's just inspired my drag. I look different every time you see me,
What is your history with like pageantry?
I love pageants. My very first pageant I did, I actually won. So it really inspired me to keep going. But I have won over 60 pageant titles.
Jesus.
But I always tell people you have to learn how to lose to learn how to win. Because I've also lost a lot of pageants.
Mm-hmm.
So, I would probably say the first 4 that I did, I won. And I began to, girl, I'm doing this pageant. And I would get so arrogant. I'm like, girls in the back, you guys should go home. I'm going to win. My first time I lost, I was so gagged. And then my friends, this is why it's important to have good friends around you. They were like, Miss Thing, you're cute, but you're not that cute. And it really humbled me. And that's why I say you gotta learn how to lose to learn how to win.
Would you ever do any type of reality show?
I will say I was very heavily obsessed with being on RuPaul or something in my younger days. I kind of let that go because I didn't think that trans people would ever be on the show. But because of Sasha Colby and other trans icons now that have been on the show, I will say I feel something has shifted in the universe for me that I hope something does come along. You know what I mean? I think, but it doesn't have to be Drag Race. Dragula, I'll eat a bug. I'll, whatever happens. But I also am very much, that's why I mentioned the voice acting. I think it would be so sickening to hear my voice in a movie, or some type of TV show. I'm definitely interested in that. I just think for my mental health and for a lot of local queens, it's hard to always have that sometimes impossible dream. You know what I mean? I think we should support our local drag, our local entertainers. But if that happens, it will only elevate. But, I have traveled from New York, LA, Mexico, all over without Drag Race. But obviously, I would love to,
Yeah.
whatever happens, happens, whatever.
Well,
the
you
universe
have
says.
some aces, the voice acting for one.
Yeah.
We always see in shows like a show like Drag Race, when somebody has the ability to do just something a little bit different, it elevates acting challenges.
Yes.
But what about like an impersonation? So if you had to do like a snatch game type thing, would you go into that with a clear idea of a impersonation?
Yeah, I mean, I have so many people I could do. I know it's been overdone, but I think I do a great RuPaul as well.
Mhm.
But I want to do like a male RuPaul. Like I want to be bald in a suit. And I love RuPaul. I just think it's a sporadic conversation. Like, yeah, I got to, so Michelle and I, it's very, every time. And yeah, good luck, kiddo. And it's kind of this conversation of we're not sure where we were going. Love you. Oh, God, maybe I shouldn't do that. But
Well, maybe you
anyway,
should.
I don't know. But anyway, I don't know. I have a lot of options. Maybe I wanted to be kind of like Siri or something. And okay, I'm looking for your answer. Here's what I found. Check it out. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be like a phone that kind of lights up. You know what I mean? I have a lot of ideas. Maybe I shouldn't talk about this, though. Somebody could steal my idea.
They might steal your idea.
These are trademarked by Amaya Sexton.
Are you familiar with the furry community?
Vaguely.
So people who, I don't know if using the term cosplay is fair, but they create themselves as like furry animals. So it could be like
Okay.
a squirrel or a dog or something. And they have full costumes and they're really, really, they're intense. They're beautiful. What if you did something like that, but like as Mufasa?
It's crazy because I can sound just like Mufasa.
How does Mufasa sound?
Oh my gosh, I didn't know. Oh gosh.
Simba, you deliberately disobeyed me. And what's worse, you put Nala in danger.
So I could probably.
Oh,
But-
this is wild.
But how am I going to make it funny?
Right.
Is Mufasa funny?
Well, I don't know. I guess you just create your own storyline to make it even funnier.
I think that's where girls kind of falter. I think some girls look so great, but then it's, we're not laughing.
Could Mufasa be like a dandy or something? Like maybe that's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like super prissy, which is so not Mufasa. But in this case, it could be like
Yeah.
Mufasa's cousin, who's super sassy.
Mufasa.
Yes. It could be like Boofasa.
Oh, I love that.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
It's possible.
Definitely get the gears turning in the brain for sure.
Let's take a break. We are back with Amaya Sexton. I love when someone has their own lighting. They bring their own lighting to.
Yeah.
When I saw you walk in with that, I knew. See, it's just no secret. I mean, obviously, I've known you forever and worked with you here in California. I've worked with you a couple of times out of town. You just know that when somebody's been doing it for that long,
Yes.
and they know the tricks.
Well, I've worked in so many places where I'm put in a mop closet and, the stage is this big, which is fine. I'm not complaining, but I do love good lighting. We take a lot of time in our hair and our makeup and things. And so, yeah, fluorescent lighting, overhead lighting, all that stuff, it just won't do.
Right.
When I perform, I want it to be an experience. So if I can help enhance that, why not? It's mobile. Hey, baby in the audience, hey, go get you a drink. Here, hold the spotlight. Put it on my face. Oh, she looks so beautiful.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I love it for sure.
Yeah, because without that spot, it's like the highlight, the contour, the rhinestones we were talking about.
Yes.
That, I mean, they just, if you don't see it, it just looks like dots.
Exactly. It's just
You're
not
like,
there.
what
And
did I spend the money for?
you did all this work and for what?
Well, I mean, I've talked about before, like, you go to gigs, and I know you know this from traveling. You go to gigs, and in many ways, the bars have the best of intentions. They're the nicest people, but there's just a couple of little tweaks that'll set it over the top.
Yes.
So if you're like, oh, we have the best coming. We're so excited. We want you to show up and show out. But then again, there's not like lighting.
Yeah.
And I get that not everybody maybe has a spotlight, but the fluorescent lighting or the overhead kills it. Or if somebody's having a meet and greet and the photos, you're like, there's not even a bit of lighting.
Yeah. Can you turn your flash on? Oh, I love when someone says, oh, you don't need it. Okay. This your first time at a drag show? Yeah, but you look amazing. Okay, thank you. Turn the flash on.
You need it.
I need the flash.
Everybody needs it.
Yes.
Or the camera they've got the camera
Oh.
and it's down here.
Oh, the
And they're
worst.
like, here, let me take a picture of you.
I always say up, 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 up,
Wait, wait.
up, up, up.
No, I don't like this. I want to see this.
Yes.
Imagine me here.
Yes.
You know?
It's like we've already contoured, my double chin, I've tried to hide what I need to. You're enhancing that by being way down there. Let's
Right.
get on up.
Well, I always feel like when I go places and there's like a big stage and they have the opportunity, like you say, do you have to stay on the stage? And they're like, oh no, some people entertain on the ground. Some people are up on the stage.
Mhm.
I feel like if I'm up on the stage and everyone is right here looking at me, I'm like, do you really think my best feature is my ankles? Is that really what you want to see? You're like, wow, look at her ankles. Look at all those chins. Like, I want to be on the ground. I'm best in like a cabaret room.
Yes.
Where people are like, oh, you're kind of at my level. And like,
Intimate.
yeah, you look good in this soft lighting. Okay, I can do that. That's why I always say, like, I bring me to your pride. I would love to do your pride. However, I'm not trying to oversell myself. If you've got a massive stage and you're putting me in a line with a bunch of dance performers, you're wasting your money. Put me to host it. Put me to do my Very Delta Live, or put me in a cabaret room. But if you think like you're going to have like these big dance productions and then you're going to have me trolling around doing Eartha Kitt, it's going to get lost on a big stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, spend your money where it's going to be best served for that crowd.
Speaking of Eartha Kitt, I also do her live. I just did a pageant recently, and I sing her live for talent.
Can you do a little Eartha voice, whether it's singing or speaking?
You want to take me cruising? On an ocean liner. 2 places I long to see. Well, with my champagne taste in your beer bottle pockets. Don't forget to write me when you get in your rowboat, when you've paddled across the sea without me.
Oh, it's so good. I love it. What we were also talking off camera about what we were going to have for lunch.
Yes.
And I said, have you eaten lunch, or are you going to eat lunch, or do you even eat? And you said, do I eat?
Honey, I am a foodie down. I'm a Taurus, and I have such a relationship and a connection with food and flavors. And gosh, I mean, so another voice that I do is Wendy Williams. And okay, no, because you got to have your sauce with the onions, and then you dip the onions. Oh, I just love food. And we were talking about, if you haven't tried Chin Chin, which is a Chinese restaurant here in LA. Oh my God, the flavors. And this is probably really weird. Do you ever know how you know if food is really, really good or your meal was good? This is probably disgusting. But for me, I feel like if you kind of burp up a little bit, you can taste that flavor. Is that weird?
You're vile.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I know what you mean.
Last night I burped.
At least it's not a stale burp.
Well, right, but I burped last night. I said, I can still taste that garlic and that onion. And I was like, that was a good place. My friends were like, you're so weird. I'm like, no, I feel like that's an actual thing.
So I burped earlier and I was getting a little bit of Egg McMuffin. Do you do Egg McMuffin? What's your favorite breakfast fast food?
Definitely probably the steak, egg, and cheese bagel from McDonald's.
Oh, you like that?
Yes, but I like to get a round egg instead of a square egg, extra breakfast sauce, extra onions, and it just creates with a little iced coffee, hash brown.
Oh, you know what you like.
Oh, yes. Oh,
you
absolutely.
like it customized.
Absolutely. Sometimes I'll order in the, because some of these drive-through places are automated now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You don't hear that person like, welcome to Lee's. What can we
Right.
get you? So I do it right back. Okay, I'll have the number 2. And, a Diet Coke. And they're like, it takes a minute and they process like, okay, you said number 2. And it's a really, really fun thing to
That's
do.
so funny.
You want to be an AI or whatever it is? I can do that too.
Do you always wear this breastplate for all of your numbers?
Yes.
I don't have a choice.
I had this breastplate implanted over a year ago. So yeah, they're so advanced now. We no longer have to wear, I don't have to wear this necklace.
Right.
They're so advanced now. I actually spirit gum my breastplate up here at the cheeks.
For the blend. It's like a dryer sheet up here. It's so thin. It goes thick to thin, thin, thin to nothing.
Sickening.
Uh-huh. I love that. I love that. The Sexton name is so known. I mean, literally across the country. Literally, I can think of Colorado.
Yep.
I can think of the Midwest.
Hmm.
How many people have that name, are included in that, would you say?
So I have a lot of different drag mothers, but a lot of people think I'm Aurora Sexton's drag daughter. So there was a time where I wasn't. We were actually doing a pageant together, and I was number 14, she was 16, and I kept looking at her and she kept looking at me. And then she goes, "Girl," she's like, "everyone thinks you're my drag daughter." I was like, "Everyone thinks you're my drag mom." She's like, "Let's just make it official. I live for you." So for Aurora Sexton to say she lives for me, and I'm like, "No, bitch, I live for you. You're everything." She's so creative. So yeah, she's a part of my family. Hope Sexton. There's so many people who are the reason why I am who I am today and have helped mold me. I always tell people there's certain people. This is such a weird example, but I could say I could have dog shit on my hair. Okay. There are people out there that will say, "Girl, you are rocking that. Girl, you look sickening. Look at that dog shit." You got to surround yourself with people that will say, "Girl, get that shit off your head."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You don't want too many yes ma'am people around you. So Hope Sexton, a lot of my hardcore friends have helped keep me grounded and humbled. And yeah, again, that's why I feel I've had the career for so long and survived so well.
Mm-hmm.
Even being here, I'm so grateful that you have me here. And I want to
Oh.
thank you because, I'm not on a TV show. I am, I don't want to say I'm just a local queen, but I am, and it means the world.
It's such so much pride, I think, in being a local entertainer, because we get to be in a place that people come to when they need a break,
Yeah.
when they can't be around their families, when they want to be around like-minded people or people that look like them and sound like them
Yeah.
or feel the way that they feel. And so it's a privilege, I think, for us to be able to be local queens.
Yeah.
I love it. I think if somebody refers to me as a bar queen, I'm like, yeah, I like that. You've worked, of course, Dream Girl shows with us many times before, and that's, I think, where we first met. And I can remember we used to do a Dream Girl show in Long Beach at a club called Ripples. And I remember it was always Thursday nights. And so everyone always wanted to work Thanksgiving because most of us did family Thanksgiving earlier in the day.
Yeah.
And then at night you would go and people would say, "Oh, why would you want to work? There's probably nobody there." No, there's everybody there because they're all visiting. And they're
Yes.
like, "I've got to get away from my family."
I've got to get away from my aunt that's had,
And it was,
4 drinks.
yep. And it was a blast because they get to hang out and they're like, "Oh, finally I get to hang out with my people,
Yes.
my
Yes.
chosen people." And so
Yes.
it's a privilege because you're celebrated. You get to celebrate with them. It's a really good feeling to be in that environment. I think about it all the time. We don't do that show anymore because that bar no longer exists. But I can remember that feeling all the time of like,
Yeah.
please let me work. Please let me work. Please let me work that
Yes.
night.
Yep. Last month, I got to work at Mickey's for the first time. And I think I speak for so many people. We used to watch that YouTube video. You
Yeah.
would see that guy zoom in and zoom out from the disco ball. And it always seemed like such a dream. I'll never work there. I've not been on Drag Race. And, I'm just a local queen. And last month, someone canceled and I happened to get a text and I got to perform there. And the amount of love I received, I mean, I was shaking on the inside. It
Yeah.
was such an experience and so grateful. So, life is about what you make it. And again, everybody's on their own journey, but this has so far been such an incredible journey. And
I
I'm
love
happy to
that.
share it with so many people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't you just perform at TikTok headquarters?
I did. To be a part of their very first drag show here in LA, I mean, it was monumental. And
Yeah.
I'm again so honored to be asked. And I don't experience nerves too much, but I was so nervous for that performance. And,
Oh.
Even today a little bit, I was kind of just like, oh my God, I'm here. But then, once those lights turn on, you show up and you give a 5, 6, 7, 8 and clip these bitches.
Oh, I live. I
It's mother
live.
giving.
I would love for you to meet Ebony and go see Ebony.
Yes, I would love that.
I love seeing her. Every video, I'm like,
Yes.
this bitch is really
Yes.
giving.
And you had her here.
Yeah, she's the best.
So you see why it's an honor for me. So many iconic people sit here. And I'm one of those people, and it's just, and I want to say, if you're watching at home and if you're listening, whatever it is, you could be here too. And I'm telling you, it really can happen. So,
Oh, that's so sweet.
yeah.
Well, I mean, you've always been the same person. And again, like I feel like the last time we worked together was probably at Morgan's show, like in Long Beach. I feel like, and that was a long time
Yes,
ago.
it was.
It was a long time ago, but I can remember that. And it's like, you're that girl that will come in, and as much as you make it look, there's a clip, there's a soundbite that I recently did like a little video to. You can like just lip sync a video and
Yeah.
upload it. And it was like something to the effect of, people who make things look very easy do so because they put in a lot of hard work to make it look that easy. And I can remember the first few times working with you again at Dreamgirls and other places, you would show up with your suitcase and it's like, you're not that girl who's just going to pull out whatever and do whatever and be like, I'm going to get drunk and I don't care. And
Yeah.
you're like, no, like I'm coming here and giving you the respect that I would give anyone. And it sets an example for other people who get to see you that like, well, we should all be doing that. We should all, no matter where you are, whether you're performing for one person or 1,000 people, or you're at TikTok headquarters, they're getting the same show.
Yes.
And that's why, again, going back to pandemic on Facebook Live, or now you on TikTok, you treat everyone, whether they're gifting or not gifting, or they're whatever it is that they're doing, you want them to know, like, you're in my home.
Yes.
This is my stage and I'm sharing it with you.
Oh,
And it feels good. It makes people feel great,
thank you, Delta. I appreciate that.
It's true. And the kids are watching and they realize, just as you said, like, you could do this too. There's room for you. And again, being on the TikTok platform, just get your phone out, babe, and turn it into your stage, your world. Share your ideas. Let people know when they can start searching and they can start figuring out who you are and they can figure out who they are.
Absolutely. If I can change one person's life, or, people may have a certain perception of TikTokers or drag queens or trans women, whatever it is, if I can help one person just kind of understand our life, and I think the world could be a better place, But every show that I do, like you said, yeah, it's one person, 1,000 people, a producer could be out there,
Yeah.
someone struggling with their mental health. Your performance can help them. Whatever you can do, you can make a difference.
And I think it's true. Like, even though we say someone could be out there, I firmly believe that every time we're live, someone who has the ability to make a decision is in fact watching every time.
Yes.
Every single time, whether it's 13 people in the room, there's somebody in there that's going, we could use that person. Or, oh, I didn't know that was available to us. Like, I firmly believe they're always watching,
Yes.
thinking, how could I utilize you? How could we work together to do something? And that's why I think, like, no matter what situation I'm in, like, I'm never afraid to mention the names of people in a room of opportunity, because maybe I'm not the fit, but I know somebody who is. Like, I
Yeah.
know somebody who, if somebody comes into me and says, oh, I love your makeup, would you do my makeup for my wedding? Thank you, but I would not be good to do your makeup. But I know somebody who would be. I know somebody who's looking to earn money, and they would be really, really good. Because if I put makeup on you for your wedding, it's going to look like this. And let me tell you something. You don't want it to look like that. It looks good on a drag queen, but I'm
Yeah.
not good at what you think I'm good at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
But
Yeah.
I know somebody who is. And so I feel like those opportunities are always around. Do you think that the best advice is either to live it up, drink it down, or avoid the drama?
That's what I say.
I know.
Oh, wow.
If you had to pick those three, which one of them?
I mean, live it up. Live it
Yeah.
up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is crazy that I'm 36 years old and I'm sitting here. In my head, I just feel like, oh, maybe I'm 25. You know what I'm saying? Not that 36 is old, but life goes so fast.
God.
And next thing you know, it's going so fast. So live it up. I always tell people, yes, do whatever makes you happy in that moment, because tomorrow's not guaranteed.
Right.
You've got to live it up.
Right. For
And if
sure.
you want to, drink it down. And if you can, always avoid the drama.
I love that. Let's take a break. We are back with Amaya Sexton. Now, this is the part of the show that we call Read Me Delta. People send in their questions. They are in situations or quandaries. And if you want to send in a letter, you can send it to readmedelta@gmail.com.
Read me, Delta!
Dear Delta, I come to you with a matter of great national concern. I know you've spoken on this before, but this is an urgent call for a very Delta public service announcement because the self-checkout machines are officially out of control and I'm one beep away from biting through my own tongue. Every time I use one, especially at that concrete walled hellscape known as Kroger, it's like I'm trapped in a retail panopticon, one wrong barcode scan away from being tackled by an undercover loss prevention officer named Rhonda who just got divorced and is looking to make an example out of someone. This is a voice you could probably create. Rhonda will be your Snatch Game character. Delta, I beg you, where do you stand on self-checkout surveillance state in 2025? Have you had any recent encounters with the rogue technology? Have the machines risen? Should I start getting a discount for the trauma? Please shine your fluorescent kitchen countertop light upon this wisdom upon us. The people are tired. The Diet Coke is warm, and I am so afraid. Sincerely, Richard. Self-checkout surveillance. The thing that gets me about self-checkout surveillance, I think, is I've never had any like negative, like no one's ever said you didn't scan this or that. But I remember there for a while, like at Walmart, you would scan something and they're really sensitive. So you'll like go to scan it and it scans it twice.
Yes.
So you'd have to wait for somebody to come over and they would pull out a piece of paper, like a Post-it note or a receipt, and they would go, okay, there you go.
Yeah.
So they're erasing it. Well, now you can do it yourself.
Oh.
So you can just go, like I've called people over and they're like, oh no, you just push that button and you push it and it takes it off. So I feel like maybe there's more technology watching us now from like their loss prevention. Have you had any issues like that with people thinking maybe you took something or scanned something more than once?
If you're trusting me to do it, I can't stand when they say, "Oh, can I see your receipt?" I just look at them and say, "Okay, thank you, ma'am." Because I don't have to show you a receipt. If you're going to trust me to put my stuff and for me to do it, I pretty much work here. I didn't know I was clocking in. So I clocked in, put myself in the bag, and you have a nice day. And I just keep it moving.
I love
Not
it.
being crass, but it's insulting to me. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? Can we see your receipt?
Right.
No, it printed out, and I'm sure somebody in some room has been watching me the whole time. And sometimes I do it so fast because I want them to try me.
Could you, like, if they did that and you had to speak to them, would you like answer them like Helen Mirren or like Dame Judi Dench or something?
I would probably do Maggie Smith.
How dare you? Oh, this is insulting. Of course I paid for my stuff. Oh, let me get you my receipt.
And just, you know what I mean? Like, do you know who I'm not?
Do you ever use those voices when you order at a drive-thru and then when you go to the window, speak in your regular voice?
All the time.
And are they like, what
All the
just
time.
happened?
All the time. I love throwing my voice. I love just doing whatever I can to make people laugh.
I love
Yeah,
that.
it's very
I love
fun.
that. Dear Delta and Next Level guest, I lived longer than I thought I would, and now I'm management and customer service, and I want to tell you about an employee. This employee works almost 4 shifts a month and is excellent. But they have a tongue piercing, and they do this annoying clicking thing that I did when I had one. Every 2 minutes, they click-clack, clickety-clack, click-clack, clickety-clack across the inside of their teeth, especially when I'm telling them something that they need to digest a little. Is it very Delta to give them feedback about this? It seems invasive to talk to someone about the inside of their mouth, but dude, it's just fucking loud, and our customers definitely hear it. Also, I'd like to apologize to the world for my similar behavior. Thank you very much for your help and all of the beauty. Very Boogie. Do they speak to someone about the piercing that's making noise?
Do they say, are they the manager?
They're
Or
in management.
yeah, then yeah, absolutely. I feel that's your duty. It's, hey, this is not professional.
Mhm.
Hey, and you can kind of relate. Hey, I have one, or I used to have one. I get it's hard to do, but it's really annoying.
Yeah.
And hey, this doesn't have to be a big thing. You're not getting written up, but bitch, you need to stop.
Yeah. I
You
think
know?
they have to say something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because what you don't want to do is get it to the point where the customers are complaining about it.
Right.
You want to stop it like as soon as you can.
Yep. And then it'll lead to further action if a customer complains.
I think it's one of those things where maybe sometimes people just don't even know they're doing it. Like it's just such a habit.
Absolutely. Well, didn't they say they only work a couple shifts a week or a weekend or a
Like
month?
4 shifts a month. That's not a lot.
Okay, so yeah, so how about, hey, while you're working here, can you just take that out while you're working?
Oh.
And that way, even if you still, we're not going to hear that clicking.
Do you think it would close up pretty quickly though? Because like, doesn't your mouth heal super fast?
If it's a 6 or 8 hour shift, I
You'd
don't
be
think
okay. Yeah.
your hole's not going to shut in a matter of hours, I don't think.
Well, what if they had a piercing in their penis? How long would that take to close up, do you think?
I'll have to further investigate this.
Yeah.
Personally,
That would need
I
an
will
oral
do
exam.
that. We need an oral exam.
That
Yeah.
would be definitely. Well, I think situations like that too, like come up when, if you've ever been in like a friend, I don't even know if you've experienced this, but I'm going to bet money that you've at least been around this situation before, because it is so drag related when someone will say, girl, I love so-and-so, but she stinks.
Yes.
It has a lot to do with like putting sweaty costumes in a suitcase.
Mhm.
Because a lot of times people go, oh, they don't shower. It's probably not that. It's probably that they don't realize that those sweaty costumes have just bacteria on them, right?
Yeah.
And you get into these points where you're like, I may not be best friends with that person, but I don't want somebody else to hurt their feelings. And I want to come to them and say, hey, and I try to like put it on myself, just as you said, where that person could say, I have this piercing too, so I know. I try to think like, hey, I just want to let you know, like, because I've had to say it and it's so uncomfortable because you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
I mean, but still, you're helping that person.
But you
Hey,
want them to know.
sweetie, hey, it's Pride Month. Let's wash the tights tomorrow before you
Yeah.
come back.
Yeah.
Girl, I just did mine last night. Miss Thing, my bag was reeking. My friend had to tell me about it. You know what I mean? So then it kind of softens the blow instead of, ooh, Miss Thing, you forgot to clean out, your suitcase last night. Girl, you worked all weekend. You know what I mean? So absolutely, there's definitely ways to dance around it, but sometimes some queens won't listen. Bitch, you stink.
Right. Well, you can only give them so much before you have to say, bitch, you stink.
No, stank. Did you stank?
Because it is different.
Yeah, it is.
If it's got an A in it, it's been sitting around for a while.
It's insanely different, yes.
Stink is fresh. Stink is like, you're getting a little, like, you've been out today, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
But you started with a shower.
Yes.
Stank is rank.
Yes, you're right. Stank is rank. Hashtag stank is
Happy
rank.
Stanksgiving is what that is. That's gross.
That is, absolutely.
But, I mean, I think a lot of people maybe they just don't take, I want to say they don't take pride. I think some people, maybe they haven't been taught. We all come from different places. You know what I mean?
Well, and we become nose blind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes especially if you're, wearing your first costume, you put white diamonds on. The next one you put Rihanna. The next one you forgot. You know what I mean? All these smells plus other perfumes, hairsprays, blow dryers, all the stuff going on. I mean, it's a lot.
Right.
Sometimes we can't even tell ourselves. So.
Which, by the way, you have a beautiful perfume on today that I had heard of before, but I've never smelled, and it is
Juliet Has a Gun, not a perfume. It's available at Sephora. I smelled it once, and I mean, it's just nothing like I've ever smelled before.
It's beautiful. It really lingers, but it's not the kind that again, we love all the old school scents as well.
Yes.
Because we love drag scent.
Yes.
But sometimes it's nice to have something that you don't smell on other people that does linger with you, but it doesn't kick you in the nostrils.
Yes. Yeah.
You just go, wow, that smells good. The
Yeah,
sillage is beautiful.
Yes.
I love
What
that.
is that? I think drag should be a whole experience. You need to smell good. You need to look good. Put on enough they can smell you in the back row.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you were here. Thank you for being here. This is so fun.
Here.
This was great. This was really, really great. And you've got so much going on while you're in town. So I hope all of that goes great. And
Thank you.
I feel like when I am back towards your way, when I do a live show, we should do it together.
Please,
that would be so fun.
Let me know. I mean, I don't know. I can't believe it happened. So thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Today on Very Delta, we learned that Chinese food is delicious, but sometimes the burp is even better. We'll see you next week. And until then, keep things very Delta. Very Delta is produced by Moguls of Media, aka Mom. Hosted by Delta Work. Produced and edited by Doug Robertson. Technical direction by Danielle Mitchell. With original theme music by Will Pitts. Media and design support by Stone Cole. And set design by Eris Sevilla. Executive produced by Alaska, Willem, Big Dipper, Camille Stennis, and Joe Cilio. Recorded at Forever Dog Productions. I'm going down. 'Cause you ain't around.
Mom!
Watch Very Delta uncensored, ad-free, and a day early by subscribing to Mom Plus Gold. Sign up today at mompodcast.plus for premium content, including weekly episodes of more Very Delta.